Welcome to News to Know. Today is Tuesday, September the 7th, 2021. And here's the news you need to know. We begin with our continued coverage in Afghanistan, where the Taliban have announced they have full control of the province of Panjshir. The people of Panjshir are ethnically distinct from the Pashtun majority of Afghanistan. The Taliban said in a statement that the people of Panjshir will not face discrimination or retaliation. Fahim Fetrat, spokesman for the National Resistance Front, which has been fighting against Taliban forces, has disputed the Taliban's claim of total victory and says the fight continues. He has acknowledged that the war has entered a new phase, one of guerrilla warfare. He also claimed that Pakistani drones were aiding the Taliban advance. Yesterday, we reported on an attempted coup in the West African state of Guinea. Despite the government's initial denial, it is now evident that the coup was successful. The military has set up roadblocks around the capital, Conakry, and has closed the country's borders. The coup leader, Mamadi Doumbouya, has said that national poverty and widespread corruption were the reasons for the coup. The junta has replaced local governors with military commanders. The main opposition party has said that they can work with the junta. According to the military, President Alpha Condé has been seen by a doctor and is safe and in good condition. In Belarus, opposition leader Maria Kolesnikova has been sentenced to 11 years in jail. She was charged with harming national security. Ms. Kolesnikova came to prominence last year after the disputed re-election of Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko. In September of last year, government forces attempted to force her into exile. While at the Ukrainian border, Ms. Kolesnikova ripped up her passport, which prevented her from being expelled from the country. President Alexander Lukashenko has often been referred to as the last dictator in Europe. He has been president since 1994 and always wins elections by large margins. El Salvador today has become the first country in the world to accept the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, as legal tender. Citizens of the nation can download a government app which will give them $30 in Bitcoin for free. President Nayib Bukele hopes that this move will help eliminate El Salvador's national debt. Polls show that 60% of the population is concerned about the volatility of Bitcoin and that only 5% of those surveyed properly understood how cryptocurrencies work. In Taiwan, the government has announced that 19 Chinese military aircraft have violated their airspace. At least one of the Chinese planes was a bomber capable of carrying nuclear weapons. The Taiwanese Air Force scrambled fighter jets in response. Over the past year, Chinese incursions into Taiwanese airspace has been a regular occurrence. The Chinese, for their part, consider the island of Taiwan as part of their national territory and so officially do not acknowledge that they have even left Chinese airspace. A recent Pentagon report suggested that Beijing is actively preparing for an invasion of Taiwan and that it expects Communist China to do so within the next decade. And finally today, on the happier side of things, an Afghan woman has named her baby after the U.S. military aircraft in which she gave birth. The pregnant woman was one of thousands to be evacuated from Afghanistan as it fell to the Taliban. During the flight to Germany, she went into labor and was suffering from low blood pressure due to the altitude. The pilots descended the aircraft, which helped stabilize the mother. When they landed at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany, U.S. medical personnel came aboard the aircraft and the baby was born inside the plane. She gave birth to a baby girl and named her Reach, since the C-17 military aircraft's call sign was Reach 828. The head of U.S. European Command expressed his delight in the baby's birth and said he looked forward to Reach growing up in America as an American citizen. And now you know the news. Until next time, good night and God bless.